Vande Guru Paramparam. With the abundant blessings of our Acharya, we are now proceeding with Arya Shatakam of Mookapanchashati, Shloka number 84.
Sri Gurubhyo Namah. Dagdhamadanaśya shambhoho prathiyasim brahmacharya vaidagdhim tava devi tarunimashri chaturimapakona chakshame mataha.
This shloka addresses the intense love existing between Shiva and Devi, like we have seen in several other shlokas earlier. This shloka is exclusively devoted to that. He addresses Devi as Devi and then Mataha, O mother. Daddha Madanasya Shambhoho, Shambhoho of Shiva, who has burnt Manmatha. Daddha burnt, Madanasya Manmatha. Madana is Manmatha. Daddha Madanasya of Shiva, who has burnt Manmatha. That means who has no emotion of love, because he burnt Manmatha. He could burn Manmatha. So of such Shiva, Prathiyasim Brahmacharya Vaidagdhi. Prathiyasim means very huge, very intense. Brahmacharya Vaidagdhi. Vaidagdhi means, Vaidagdha means dexterity, cleverness. Brahmacharya is not getting married in this context. In this context, not getting married, not devoted to love of woman. Because the brahmachari goes into, after Upanayana, goes into Gurukula, and then there brahmacharya means, Brahma means Veda there, and brahmacharya means studying Vedas. That is his only occupation during the state of brahmachari. After completing the study of Vedas, he returns to his parents and then gets married. Then he becomes a grihastha. But here, brahmacharya means one who is ever in the meditation of Brahman, who is ever identified with Brahman, Parabrahman. So that adopting brahmacharya, intensely occupied with Brahman. Prathiyasi, very huge, very sacred. That kind of brahmacharya Vaidagdha he is having, Shambhoho. What happened to that? Next line states, what happened to that brahmacharya Vaidagdha? Tava, your Tarunima Shri, the glory of youth. Tarunima is youth, Shri is glory. The glory of your youth, Chaturima Pakaha. Chaturima means Chaturya, that is skill. The skill of doing anything is Chatura. Chaturima. Pakaha means, we have seen before, maturity. Your mature skill of glory of youth. Your mature skill of glory of youth. Na chakshame. Vaidagdhim na chakshame. Brahmacharya Vaidagdhim na chakshame. Shiva's dexterity of brahmacharya, your glory of youth, could not bear to see. Na chakshame means could not bear to see. It could not tolerate. Means what? Somehow your glory of youth managed to bring Shiva under your sway and you got married to him. Shiva, who was determined not to marry, who was the brahmacharya, wedded to brahmacharya, such a deva, you were able to bring under your sway because na chakshame, you could not bear to see. Your glory of youth could not bear to see. O Devi, O Mother, Shiva's dexterity of being ever wedded to Parabrahman, which is very huge, the dexterity is very intense, and he is reputed to have burnt Manmatha. Such a dexterity Your glory of youth, the maturity of the skill of your glory of youth could not tolerate, could not bear to see. Next.
मदजलतमालपत्र वसनितपत्र कराधृतखनित्र विहरति पुलिन्दयोषा गुञ्जाभूष फणीन्द्रकृतवेश.
From this shloka onwards, the poet refers to various forms of Devi with which we are familiar. We have seen various forms of Devi, and he is introducing us to one by one of those forms. Now, first form which he is introducing is the hunter woman. Pulinda Yosha. Pulinda means hunter, Yosha means woman. Hunter woman. When Devi became a hunter woman, there is a story called Kiratarjuniya in Mahabharata, where Shiva appears as a Kirata, as a hunter, and accompanied by Parvati, who also appears in the form of a hunter woman. They appear in front of Arjuna. Then there is a story when finally he bestows Pashupatastra on Arjuna. Before giving Pashupatastra to Arjuna, Shiva wanted to take a test of his ability as a warrior. So now when he was satisfied, then he gave the Pashupatastra to him. At that time, he was accompanied by Parvati, who was in the form of Pulinda Yosha. Pulinda means hunter, Yosha means woman, hunter woman. Now this Pulinda Yosha concept comes while describing Valli in Subramanya Bhujangam in Skanda Purana. Pulinda, that Pulinda Kanya, she is called Pulinda Kanya because she is the daughter of a hunter. Now Pulinda Yosha, hunter woman, now he is describing her appearance. The whole shloka is to describe her appearance so that you can bring her into your meditation. Madajala Tamala Patra. Madajala is the juice which comes out of the temple of the elephant. When the elephant is in rut, when the elephant is in rut, that is Mada, then there is a Jala, there is a juice which comes out of the temple of the elephant, that is called Madajala. Tamala is not the Tamala tree, Tamala flower, which we have been seeing earlier. Here, Tamala means the mark on the forehead, Tilaka. Tamala means Tilaka here. That means this hunter woman wears a Tilaka on her forehead, which is made of Madajala, which is made of the temple jewels of the Rattish elephant. Patra means that forehead mark is in the form of a leaf, you can say that, or more the correct interpretation is Patra means she is having this kind of decoration not only on the forehead, on other parts of her body, like her hands, like her bosom, etc. Like hunter women normally do. Various decorations they do. So this is indicated by Patra. So she is having on the forehead the mark of Madajala, the jewels of elephant who is in rut, and then she is having decorations on her body. Vasanita Patra. Patra means leaf. Vasanita means dress, apparel. Her attire is only leaves. She is not wearing anything other than leaves. Dressed in leaves. Karadrita Khanitra, not Khanitra. It is Khanitra only. Karadrita Khanitra. Khanitra means a spade or a shovel. Kara Adrita. She is holding in her hand. She is holding in her hand a shovel or a spade. That is how hunter women always appear. Then Viharati. She is sporting in that area where she is appearing. That is in the Kiratarjuniya story, wherever it happens. Pulinda Yosha. Gunja Bhusha. Gunja Abhusha. Bhusha means ornament. Gunja means small berries called Kundamani in Tamil. Gunja berries, Gunja seeds. That she is wearing a garland of a necklace of Gunja. Gunja Bhusha. Phanendra Krita Vesha. her appearance is further described. Vesha is appearance. Phanindra Krita. Phanindra, Phani is serpent. Phanindra is king of serpents. That means he is having a king of serpents on her neck. Phanindra Krita Vesha. Nagabharana. Phanindra Krita Vesha. So a full description of how a hunter woman, that too Devi as hunter woman, appears is given here in this shloka. She is sporting as a hunter in the form of a hunter woman with this decoration of tilaka on the forehead of Madajala, jewels of redfish elephant, and then she is having patra, she is having decorations on her body, on her hands, on her bosom, etc. And she is having dress of only leaves, Vasanita patra, and she is having in her hand Khanitra, that is a shovel or a spade, and then she is having bhusha, ornament of gunja beads, gunja berries, and then she is having Phanindra, the king of serpents, around her neck. Phanindra Krita Vesha. Next.
अंके सुखिनी गीते कौतुकिनी हरिसरे च गायकिनी जयसि सविधेम्ब भैरव मण्डलिनी शवशि शंख कुण्डलिनी.
The previous shloka, that hunter woman, is also called Shabari. Another familiar name of Devi is Shabari. Now we go to this. This is the form of Mantrini. We are all familiar with Mantrini, who appears in Lalita Sahasranam. This is her description, Mantrini Devi. Anke Shukini. Anke means in the lap. She is having Shukini, a female parrot in the lap. Geete Kautukini. Mantrini is supposed to be very keen on listening to music. She is very interested in music. So Kautukini is eagerness to listen and sing Gita, music. Geete Kautukini. Parisarecha Gayakini. Parisare means around her. Parisara means the surrounding area. In the surrounding area, she is having Gayakini, those who are able to sing, singers around her. Jayasi, you are victorious, means you are shining. Sabidhe Amba, O mother. Sabidhe Bhairava Mandalini. Sabidhe means near you, close to you. Bhairava Mandalini, a group of Bhairavas. Mandala is the group. There are Ashta Bhairavas, as we all know, 8 Bhairavas. They are all attending on Devi. So Bhairava Mandalini, she is having Bhairavas around her. Shravasi Shankha Kund. This is the appearance again. Shravasi means in the ears. In the ears, she is wearing a kundala. Shankha Kundalini. Shankha conch. This is an extraordinary, different type of kundala. Not the usual Makara Kundala, which Vishnu wears, Shiva wears, other devas wear, where it is in the form of a Makara, in the form of a fish. But here it is in the form of a Shankha, conch. Shankha Kundalini, that is Mantrini's decoration. Shravasi in the ears. So you are shining with, oh mother, you are shining in the form of Mantrini with a female parrot in your lap. You are very keen, you are eager to sing and to listen to music, and you are surrounded by singers, and you are having close to you group of Bhairavas, and you are wearing in your ears kundala, a ear ornament, ear ring made of shankha, made of conch. Next.
प्रणत जनतापवर्ग कृत बहुसर्ग ससिंह संसर्ग कामाक्षि मुदित भर्ग हतरिपुवर्ग त्वमेव सा दुर्गा.
In the previous shloka, I wanted to refer to Shamala Dandakam. Shamala Dandakam says, Jaya Matanga Tanaye, Jaya Sangita Rasike, Jaya Leela Shukapriye. That is the reference, same reference here. She is Sangeeta Rasika and she is also Leela Shukapriya. for her sport she is having a parrot. Now coming to this shloka, Pranata Janata Apavarga, this is the form of Devi who is close to Shiva. Devi who is close to Shiva. That is Durga. Durga Devi. Pranata Janata Apavarga Krita Bahu Sarga Sasimha Samsarga. Pranata Janata Apavarga. Those who worship her, people, Janata people, Pranata, those who worship her. Apavarga means moksha. She grants moksha to those who worship her. Krita Bahusarga. That is why the close to Shiva comes here. Krita Bahusarga. Mudita Bharga also close to Shiva. Krita Bahusarga. Sarga is creation. Bahu, different forms of creation. Many types of creation. Krita, she does. The creation is full of many wonders and she does all those wonders. That is Krita Bahusarga. Now she does all this through the agencies of Brahma, Vishnu and Rudra. That is Krita Bahusarga. Sasimha Samsarga. Durga is associated with lion. Samsarga is association. She is associated with Simha, lion. She is, her vehicle is lion. Kamakshi, he is addressing her as Kamakshi because we are addressing all slokas to Kamakshi. Kamakshi, various forms are described. Mudita Bharga. Bharga is one of the names of Shiva. Bharga actually means Prakasha, shine. We have seen before, Prakasha refers to Shiva and Vimarsha refers to Devi. When Devi splits herself into two, this is Prakasha and Vimarsha, and that is how creation is done. Because creation is mentioned in Krita Bahusarga, so Mudita Bharga follows. Mudita Bharga means Shiva who is made happy. Mudita who is rendered happy. Hata Ripu Varga. Ripu is enemy. Varga, group of enemies. Hata, they are all killed. Durga is known for valor. Durga is known to fight Asuras. So, Hata Ripu Varga. Twameva Sa Durga. You alone is that Durga. Sa Durga, that Durga. Twameva, you alone. Because we are addressing Kamakshi. Kamakshi is no different from that Durga. So that is emphasized here. Twameva, you alone. Or that Durga. That Durga who grants moksha to those who worship her. That Durga who does several forms of creation. That Durga who is having association with lion, that Durga who makes Shiva happy, that Durga who eliminates entire groups of enemies. That is Durga. Yeah, nice.
Shravanachalatre tanda samorodanda duthasura shikhanda Devi Kalitandra Shanda Tritaнарамунда Tvameva Chamunda.
Now we are going to Chamunda. The next form of Devi is Chamunda. We have seen Chamunda because Devi killed Chanda and Munda. She is known as Chamunda. We have seen before. In Devi Mahatmyam it comes. Yasmat Chandam cha Mundam cha Grihitvatam Upagata Chamundeti Tato Loke Khyata Devi Bhavishyasi. So Kaushiki tells Kali. Shravana Chalat Vetanda. Vetanda is elephant. Chalat is moving. Shravana is in the ears. That means you can interpret it in two ways. She is having earrings which are elephants. Shravana is in the ear. Moving in the ear is earring. Vetanda is moving. That is elephant is moving. Elephant is moving in the ears. That means earrings which are elephants. That is one. Because the Chamunda is a terrible appearance, Devi with terrible appearance. So you can imagine she is having elephant itself moving in her ears. Such a huge form she is having. You can imagine that. or you can say elephant type, elephant sized earring. Earring shows the elephant, you can interpret. Or another interpretation can be elephants are moving around her. She is having an army of elephants. Shravana, the elephants are moving their ears. The elephants always keep flapping their ears. So Shravana color Vesanda. Samara Uddanda. Samara is battle. Uddanda means assertive, extraordinary. Uddanda actually means extraordinary. Uddanda means assertive. She is very bold, very courageous in war. Dhruta Asura Shikhanda. Shikhanda means the tuft of hair. Dhruta means removed. That means Asura's hair is removed. That means Asura's heads are removed. That means she kills Asuras and brings their heads. It can also mean Asura Shikhanda means those who are chief among Asuras, those they are all eliminated. Dhuta is removed, eliminated. Those who are chiefs among Asuras are eliminated. That can be another interpretation. Dhuta Asura Shikhanda. Devi Kalita Antra Shanda. Now he is describing the Chamunda appearance, the more terrible appearance of Chamunda further. Antra is intestines, what are called entails or intestines. Shanda is group, a large number of intestines. Kalita. Kalita means she is wearing. She is wearing intestines, a mala of intestines around her neck. Kalita, you can see it. You can see Chamunda form where this kind of appearance is there. Kalita, Antra, Shanda. Intestine, the group of intestines, mala of intestines is worn around her neck. Intestine can also mean veins. Veins are also there in the appearance. Some pictures you can see where instead of intestine, you will see veins only. Dhrita Nara Munda. She is also wearing, Munda is heads, only heads, Kapalas, Nara Kapalas, human skulls, human heads or human skulls. Here it's not saying Kapala, it says Munda, that means actual head. Human heads she is wearing, Dhrita, holding in her form around her neck. Twameva Chamunda, you alone or that Chamunda who has this kind of appearance. Though Kamakshi appears very sober, very soft, very compassionate, she can also take a form of Chamunda. That is the meaning. When the occasion requires, when she is confronted by Asuras. In fact, Kamakshi Vilasa says Kamakshi's appearance was to kill an Asura called Bandhakasura. That's how it starts. So this is not out of place. So you are the same Chamunda who has an earring of moving elephants which keep moving around you. That is another interpretation. Flapping their ears, who are very extraordinarily courageous in war, and you eliminate the heads of Asuras or Asuras whose heads you remove, or Kalita Antra Shanda. You have a group of entails, group of intestines as a mala around you. You have Munda, heads of human heads around you on your neck. Tameva Chamunda, you alone or that Chamunda.
उर्वीधरेन्द्र कन्ये दर्वी भरितेन भक्तपूरेण उर्वी मकिञ्चनार्तिं खर्वी कुरुषे त्वमेव कामाक्षी.
This is Annapurni. This is the appearance of Annapurni. Urvidhara Indra Kanya. Urvidhara Indra Kanye. Urvidhara is Mahidhara, mountain. Urvi is earth. Dhara supporting the earth. Mountains are supporting the earth. We have seen this concept before. So Urvidhara is mountain. Urvidhara Indra, that is the head of mountains, that is Himavan. Kanya, Himavan's daughter. Darvi Bharitene Bhakta Purene. Darvi is a ladle. Annapurna is holding a ladle in her hand. Bharita, it is full. Full of what? Bhakta Purene. Bhakta is food. Ladle filled with food. Bhakta is not bhakti. Bhakta is not devotee here. Bhakta is food. Bhakta Purene Darvi Bharitene. That is, she is having a ladle in her hand. That is also full. Darvi Bharitene. She is also having a lot of food in her left hand, which is a patra, a receptacle, a vessel in which food is kept. That is Bhakta Purena. So she is having both. Right hand she is having a ladle which is full of food. Left hand she is having a vessel which is full of food again. Darvi Bharitena Bhakta Purena Gurvim Akinchanartim Karvi Purushe. Akinchanartim. English it is correctly put. Gurvim Akinchanartim Karvi Purushe. Gurvim means very huge. Guru is something very huge. Laghu is small, Guru is big. That is why Guru is called Guru, because he is very huge in jnana. That is why he is having Guru jnana. That is why he is called Guru. Gurvim, very huge. Akinchana artim. Akinchana is destitute. Akinchana means one who does not have anything. No possession. That is Akinchana. Very poor. Arti is, we have seen before, misery. The misery of, the huge misery of a destitute, karmi kurushe, you remove. Karmi kurushe means you remove. You remove the misery of, huge misery of destitute. Sameva Kamakshi, you alone, O Kamakshi, you alone, or that Annapurni, who is the daughter of Himavan, the chief of mountains. You have in your right hand a ladle, a spoon which is full of food. You have in your left hand a vessel full of food, Bhakta Purena, and you remove Karvi Purushe, the misery of any destitute who comes to you, Akinchana. That is what she did in Kashi. Lot of destitutes came to her, and then she went on distributing food. Annapurna, we can see in Kashi. In fact, Kamakshi is Annapurna even according to Kamakshi Vilasa. Kamakshi becomes Katyayani, then they said Katyayana sends her to Kashi. Then there she finds there is a lot of famine. Then she becomes Annapurna, she distributes food. Then she comes to Kanchipuram. This is the story. So this is completely in line with the story of Purana. Gurvim Akinchanartyam, she removes the misery of destitute, huge misery of destitute. They were all suffering from famine. Lot of huge population was suffering from enormous famine in Kashi. So she removed all that. That is the reference here. Karvi Purushe, you remove. Sameva Kamakshi, you alone, or that Annapurna. Next.
ताडितरिपु परिपीडन भयहरण निपुण हलमुसला क्रोडपति भीषण मुखी क्रीडसि जगति त्वमेव कामाक्षी.
This is the form of Varahi. This is the form of Varahi. Krodapati Bhishana Mukhi. Bhishana, terrible face. Bhishana Mukhi, terrible face. Krodapati. Kroda is Varaha. Krodapati, head of Varahas. Kroda is pig. Head of Varahas. You have the terrible face of the head of Varahas. Jagati Kridasi Tvameva Kamakshi. You alone sport in this world, O Kamakshi. You alone sport in this world as Varahi. Now, what is the appearance of Varahi? This is describing further in the first shloka. Tadita Ripu Paripidana Bhayaharana Nipuna Halamusala. We start with Halamusala. She is having Hala and Musala. Hala is plow. Musala is a club. You might have seen Balarama. Balarama is known for Hala and Musala. He is having a plow and he is having a club or a mace. He strikes people with that, he pulls people, his enemies, with that hull, with that plow, and then he strikes them with his musala. Balarama is known to have killed many people like that. Musala is that club. Now, hala musala she is having, like Balarama, she is also having hala and musala, the plow and the club. Now, what does she do with that? She is telling. Nipuna. Expertly she is using. Tadita ripu paripidana bhaya harana. Ripu is enemy. Tadita ripu, an enemy who has been struck, who has been beaten. Paripidana, he still gives trouble. Even though an enemy has been struck, he still gives trouble. Or at least there is a fear, bhaya harana. Because even an enemy who has been struck, even then he causes fear among people who are sadhu, who are virtuous, isn't it? That is the reference here. So, in order to protect those virtuous people who are still having a lot of fear in their mind, Bhaya Harana, she removes the fear. Plow and club. She is an expert in removing the fear, Bhaya Harana. The Bhaya caused by Paripidana, who is causing misery, who is causing torture, that kind of enemy who has been struck already. Tadita. Krodapati Bhishana Mukhi. She is having a terrible face of the head of the chief of Varahas. You are playing in this world, Kridasi Jagati, Tameva Kamakshi. You alone are playing as Varahi with that appearance of Varaha, and you have in your hand hala and musala, plow and club, which you are expertly using in removing the fear caused by the misery caused by fear of misery caused by enemies who have been struck. Yes.
మన్మథహేళ విలాస మణిశాల కనక రుచి చౌర్యశీల కరాబ్ధృతమాల.
Mommy, you please repeat. I think there was a lot of disturbance. Please repeat. Nurdur Chalungo.
என்னம்மா?
Okay, what wrong? Smaramathana Varana Lola, Manmathahela, Vilasa Manishala, Kanakaruchi Chaurya Sheela, Kamamba Bala, Tarabja Dhrita Mala. This is an appearance of Swayamvara Kalyani, Swayamvara Parvati, also known as Swayamvara Kalyani, also known as Kanyakumari. It is expressed nicely in the very first phrase. Maramathana Varana Lola. Swayamvara Parvati wants to choose Shiva as her Vara, as her husband. So, Smara Mathana Varana Lola. Smara Mathana is Shiva, we have seen before. Smara is Manmatha, the killer of Manmatha. Varana, in choosing him, in choosing Shiva. Lola, she is very keen. She delights. She is eager to choose Shiva as her consort. Manmatha, how is her appearance? Now, her appearance is now described. Manmatha Hela Vilasa Manishala. Her body is not ordinary form, ordinary body. It is a Manishala. It is a Bhavana. It is a house of gems. It is a house of gems. Manishala, house of gems. What kind of house of gems? Manmatha Hela Vilasa. Beauty. Vilasa is beauty. Very beautiful house of gems. where Manmatha sports. Manmatha Hela. Hela means sports. A Manishala, a house of gems, very beautiful, where Manmatha himself is sporting. Means what? Devi's appearance is so beautiful. She is decked with gems. She is looking like Manmatha is sporting in her form. Manmatha has put all his skill in her form. That is the meaning. Manmatha Hela Vilasa Manishala. And also further description of her beauty. Kanakaruchi Chaurya Sheela. Chaurya, we all know, is stealing. She is given to stealing. Sheela means the habit. Habitually, she steals. Habitually, she steals what? Kanakaruchi, the shine, the radiance of gold. She steals her appearance is so golden that gold loses its sheen in her presence. So she steals the sheen of gold. She is used to that. Sheila. From Amba. Oh mother, you are like that. Bala. Because this appearance, Swayamvara Parvati, she is a young girl, so she is described as Bala. And she is having a mala in her hand, Karabja Dhrita Mala. Varamala she is holding in her hand. She wants to put it on the neck of Shiva. She is looking for Shiva. Kara Abja. Abja means lotus. In her lotus hands, in her lotus hands, she is holding a mala. Mala is not lotus. Mala may be some other flower. The lotus is for the hand. Her hand is described as a lotus. Kara Abja Dhrita Mala. She is holding a mala in her hand. This is the beautiful appearance of Swayamvara Kalyani. Also Kanyakumari. From Amba. You alone, or that Swayamvara Parvati, who is very keen, who is eager in choosing Shiva, the enemy of Manmatha, as your consort, as your husband, and your body, your form is a house of gems, beautiful house of gems, where Manmatha sports, and you have a habit, you are used to stealing the sheen of gold. You are a young girl, Bala, and you are holding in your hand, in your lotus hand, a mala, a garland.
विमलपटी कमलकुटी पुस्तक रुद्राक्ष शस्तहस्तपुटी कामाक्षि पक्ष्मलाक्षी कलित विपंची विभासी वैरिंची.
This is the appearance of Saraswati. Now we are seeing one by one various forms. Everything is Kamakshi. Vairinchi. Vairinchi is the consort of Virinchi. Virinchi is Brahma. He is known as Virinchi because he is the creator. Virinchi means creator, one who does Rachana. Rachi. From that comes Virinchi, who creates, creator. So she is the consort of the creator, Saraswati. Vairinchi is Saraswati. Vimala Pati. Pati is Vastra, dress. Vimala is pure, spotless, because she is wearing white dress. White dress, spotless dress. Pata is dress. That is why Krishna is known as Patavardhana, because he bestowed dress on Draupadi. He is known as Patavardhana. Pata is dress. Vimala Pati. Kamala Kuti. Kuti means cottage. Her abode, her place of residence is Kamala, that is lotus. She is resting on lotus, sitting on lotus. Pustaka Rudraksha Shasta Hasta Puti. Hasta Puti. Puta means the void, the cavity. Hasta Puti, inside the cavity of the hand, that means inside her hand. Inside her hand, she is holding Pustaka and Rudraksha. Shasta means glorified, because she is not having ordinary things in her hand. Her Hastaputi is glorified by Pustaka and Rudraksha. She is not having ordinary things in her hand. She is having sacred book and sacred Rudraksha. That is why Shasta. Shasta means glorified. Hastaputi, glorified Hastaputi. The cavity of the hand is glorified by Pustaka and Rudraksha. Kamakshi, oh Kamakshi, you are Vairinchi, you are that Saraswati, who is Pashmalakshi, Pashmala Akshi. Akshi means one who is having eyes, we have seen before. Pashmala means eyelashes. Even her eyelashes are described here. Eyelashes are so beautiful because what adds beauty to the eyes is the eyelashes. The poets are having a field time always describing eyelashes along with the eyes. That is why he is referring here. Pakshmala Akshi, eyes having beautiful eyelashes. Eyelashes, the hair on the eyelash is also described. Pakshmala Akshi. Kalita Vipanchi. Vipanchi is Veena. In Purana, every Veena has got a name. The Veena of Narada is called Mahati. Veena of Saraswati is called Vipanchi. Vipanchi is the Veena which she is holding. Kalita means holding. Holding in her hand, Veena. She is singing on that Veena. She is playing on that Veena. So Kalita Vipanchi playing on that Veena. Vibhasi, you are shining. You are shining in white dress. You are shining with jnana. Saraswati is jnana. So she is shining. That's why he is using the word shining here separately to describe her. We should not forget Saraswati is known for jnana. So Vibhasi. Bhasi itself means you are shining. Vibhasi, you are extraordinarily shining. Your shine is extraordinary because of your jnana. You are the holder of jnana. You are the receptacle of jnana. You are the reservoir of jnana. So naturally, why will you not shine extraordinarily? Gairinchi, O Saraswati, you are the Saraswati who is having spotless white dress, whose abode is lotus, who holds in her hands, cavity of the hands, glorified, the cavity of the hand, or glorified by Pustaka and Rudraksha book and Rudraksha mala, and your eyes are beautified further. Eyes are beautified further by beautiful eyelashes, and you are holding in your hands, you are playing Veena, which is Vipanchi, and you are shining extraordinarily with your jnana, O Saraswati.
కుంకుమరుచిపింగం అసృక్ పంకిల ముండాలి మండితం మాతః జయతి తవ రూపధేయం జపపట పుస్తకవరాభయ కరాబ్జం.
Now we saw a very sober description of Saraswati. Now we are going back to terrible description because Devi appears in sober as well as terrible forms. She is terrible for asuras. She is sober for the virtuous sadhus. So we have to know both. This is the description of Tripura Devi. This has been interpreted by Vidwans as description of Tripura Devi. Now, Kunkuma Ruchi Pingam. Pinga is red color. Anjaneya is described as Pingaksha. Very frequently you might have seen in Ramayana. He is described as Pingaksha. His eyes are red because he is angry with Ravana, with Asuras. So, Pinga means red color. Kunkuma Ruchi, red color shining with Kunkuma. Kunkuma's shine gives the red color. Kunkuma Ruchi Pingam. Ruchi is shine. Kunkuma. Kunkuma Ruchi Pingam. Asrik Pankila Mundali Manditam Mataha. O mother. Mundali Manditam. Munda we know. The headless. The heads. Munda is head. Munda is head. Mundali, the group of heads. The group of heads, Manditam. Your form is full. Your form is full of Mundali. If you see some of the forms of Devi, the 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 group of heads practically hides her form. There is nothing more to see. That is what he means, Mandita. It is full. It is completely full with Mundali. Ali means row of mundas, row of heads. And the row of heads is further described, further terrible. Asrik Pankila. Asrik means blood. Panka means slush. Panka is slush. The slush created by blood. These mundas, these heads, are having the slush of blood. Blood coated heads. That is the description. Blood coated heads, row of blood coated heads. Her form is full of that. Jayati tava rupadheyam. I am not reading the second line printed here. We will go to the third line because second line is not there in the official format. Jayati tava rupadheyam japa pata pustaka varabhaya karabjam. Tava rupadheyam jayati. Rupadheyam form. Your form jayati is beautiful, is victorious. What is that form? Japa pata pustaka varabhaya karabjam. The first line was showing the terrible aspect. The second line shows the sober aspect. Tripura Devi is a very interesting phenomenon where both the sober and the terrible are shown in the same form. Japa pata, japa mala. Pata means actually a string. Japa string means japa mala. Pustaka, book. Vara abhaya kara abjam. Kara abjam, in the lotus hand, you are having all this. Vara mudra and abhaya mudra. The boon of granting, the gesture of granting boons, the gesture of granting fearlessness. Abhaya. Vara abhaya kara abjam. So in your hands, in your four hands, you are having one hand you are having Japamala, in another hand you are having book, in another hand you are showing Varamudra, in fourth hand you are showing Abhaya Mudra. So that is the description. But your form is full of Mundali, the terrible rows of blood-coated heads. Though you are holding in your hands. Kumkuma Ruchi Pingam, your form, your color is what? Red color. Kumkuma Ruchi. The whole body is shining with red color, and you are having on your form heads of blood-coated heads, blood-coated heads, rows of blood-coated heads, and you are holding in your four hands Japamala, book, and Varamudra and Abhayamudra. That is Tripura Devi's description.
कनकमणिकलितभूषां कालायस कलगशील कान्तिकलां कामाक्षिशीलये त्वां कपालशूलाभिराम करकमलाम्.
This description has been interpreted by Vidwans as Pratyangira Devi. Pratyangira Devi, also known as Atharvana Bhadrakali. Bhadrakali described in Atharvana Veda. Pratyangira, also known as Atharvana Bhadrakali. That is the description here. Kanakamani Kalita Bhusham. This is simple. Bhusha is ornament. Kalita, wearing that kind of ornament. Kanakamani, gold and gems. Gold and gems she is wearing as ornaments. Kalayasta Kalaha Sheela Kanti Kalam. This is a little different description. Different from the usual descriptions which we have been seeing before. Kanti Kalam. Kanti is radiance, shine. Kala is ingenuity. She is having a a shine which is very ingenious. What is that ingenious Kanti she is having? Kalayasa Kalahashila. Kalayasa means iron, polished iron, steel. Kalaha means surpassing. Kalaha is dispute. Kalaha is fighting. Sheila is habit. Her shine has got a habit of fighting with polished iron, polished steel. Means what? Her appearance is like steel, surpassing the shine of steel. Black color, black shining color, in short. Black shining color is described like this. Kalayasa, polished iron or steel. Kalaha, fighting, surpassing. Sheila, of that nature. Kanti, radiance. This radiance is having this kind of nature of fighting with polished iron or steel. Kala, she is skillfully doing that. That means that Kanti has got a skill of fighting. Sheila Kanti Kala. Kamakshi, Shilaye Tvam. I meditate on you. Shilaye means I meditate. I meditate on you. Kapala Sulabhirama Kara Kamalam. Kara Kamalam. In your lotus hands, you are having Kapala, Sula, Abhirama. Abhirama means enchanting. My mind does not go away from your form. My mind is absorbed in your form. Absorbing. Abhirama. Absorbing, enchanting. Kapala, Sula. She is having in her hand, in her lotus hand, Karakamala, Kapala and Shula. Kapala we know, human skull. Shula we know, Trishula. So she is having this. That is Pratyangara Devi's appearance. She is having Kapala, she is having Shula in her hands, not on her neck as a garland. Karakamalam. In her hand she is holding the Kapala. One hand Kapala, another hand Shula. And she is having Kanakamani Kalita Bhusham, ornament, lot of ornaments, jeweled ornament, golden ornament, studded with gems, and she is having an appearance, a color, a complexion, whose shine has got a skill of fighting and surpassing polished iron, steel, that's so black and so shiny. That is the reference here. Pratyangira Devi, Atharvana Bhadrakali. Next.
लोहितिमपुञ्जमध्ये मोहितभुवने मुदा निरीक्षन्ते वदनं तव कुचयुगलं काञ्ची सीमां च केऽपि कामाक्षी.
Now the forms are over, but forms are not entirely over, because now a form which is not seen as a physical form by us, a form which is imagined in the mind by yogis. Yeah, yogis imagine a certain form in their mind while doing Kama Kala Dhyanam. It's a very special dhyana which you have to learn from your guru. But though it is a secret, it is described here in this shloka. Kamakala Dhyana is described here. It's also described, we have seen before in Saundarya Lahari, in Devi Stotra of Adi Shankara. Lohitima Punja Madhye Mohita Bhuvane Muda Nirikshante. Mohita Bhuvane is an address. Devi, you are enchanting all the world. You are deluding all the world. You are deluding by your moha. You are able to delude. Mohita. You are subjecting the bhuvana to delusion. Mohita bhuvane. KP. Some yogis. In the second line, he says KP. Nirikshante. Nirikshante means they are able to see. Some yogis are able to see you in this appearance, which is now describing. Muda nirikshante, they are happily see. Because when they are absorbed in the dhyana, they are extremely happy. It goes without saying. It doesn't need any explanation. They are happily absorbed in dhyana. They are happily seeing you. KP, some yogis, because this is not for every yogi. This kind of dhyana is not possible, is not recommended for every yogi. Lohitima punja madhye. Lohitima means blood red. Lohita, blood red. Lohitima, blood red. Punja, a mass of blood red. Madhye, in the center. How you have to imagine Devi? He is describing. You have to imagine Devi against a background of blood red, in a mass of blood red. Where it happens? It happens in Anahata Chakra. It happens in Anahata Chakra. That is in the heart. Because they are able to imagine only in their heart, no? So that is associated with Anahata Chakra, where Devi appears against a background of blood red. What they are seeing. Now he is describing three aspects. Vadanam, Kuchayugalam, Kanchi Simam. Three aspects of Devi they are concentrating on. They are not concentrating on the entire form. That is the speciality of the Kamakala Dhyana. Vadanam, your face. Your face is one bindu. Kuchayugalam, your two breasts or the second bindu. Kanchi Sima. Kanchi is the waistband, Odhyana, we have seen before. Sima is the limit or the boundary. The boundary of the waistband or the Odhyana. Actually, the reference is to Yoni. He doesn't say that, the Guhya or the Yoni. So the 3 points are in the Kamakala Dhyanam, the face, the two breasts, and the Yoni. So they are concentrating on these 3 points against a background of blood red background, and he is addressing Devi as Mohita Bhuvana. You are enchanting, you are deluding the whole world. Bhuvane. So you are Mohita Bhuvane. You can interpret it as she is enchanting all the worlds, deluding all the worlds. Muda Nirikshante. They are happily seeing certain yogi, KP. Only some yogis, that is why he is saying KP. So this is the description of Kamakala Dhyanam, which is very special, which is given only to some yogis. That is why he is saying like that. They are able to see in Anahata Chakra, in the heart area, this kind of, they are concentrating on these 3 points, these 3 bindus, the face, the two breasts, and the yoni. We'll stop with this. We'll invite questions.
Anyone has any doubts? You can kindly unmute and ask. Soumya, you can unmute, please.
Hello. Namaskaram, Mama. I just have a general question. All these Sanskrit verses, they have like a lot of places there are sandhis, like words are joined. So, like while chanting, in some places, like we chant in a particular, when we are doing that, like while chanting, can we choose to either break or say it in the with the sandhi? Like there are various places, like the simple thing like today's shloka 84, you have chaturima pako and then something, but it's actually chaturima pakaha. Similarly, in shloka 13, you have Yavanotsavam Amnaya Rahasya. So it's Yavanotsavam Amnaya Rahasya. Similarly, Parama Yogi Bhiradima. So it's Parama Yogi Bhi Adima. So can we choose to, while chanting, depending on the tune, can we either break it or say it in the sandhi form? In general, I have a question.
For people who chant, this is not a Veda mantra. Let us understand it clearly.
Okay,
for Veda mantra, there is no question of changing anything. Whatever Guru says, you have to simply follow. The same swara, the same taking it up and down. No splitting, no adding, no change at all. That is for Veda Mantra only. For all these slokas in Puranas or other stotras, you have certain freedom. You have certain freedom.
Okay.
As long as you do not destroy the meaning. You should not split the word in such a way that the meaning is destroyed. That is the only condition. Otherwise, you can split conveniently.
Okay.
But for keeping a tune, that is why the Guru follows a certain tune. The Guru splits at certain places. The Guru does not split in certain places. So if you start splitting in every place, then the tune will go and the charm will go. The charm will go. That is why, for example, when you said Pako, Pako should be Pako only, not Pakaha. There is no need for that. Only when there is a need you change.
Yeah.
There's no harm. That is a different matter. There's no harm. It's a different matter. But because there is no harm, we don't keep on changing every word. We change only if required for the sake of tune. So if you don't want to change Pako, better keep it as Pako only. I would recommend Pako only. So like that, keep the changes to the minimum, keep the splits to the minimum, and but follow the tune so that there is a beauty about the stotra. Follow the Guru. I think that is the best.
Okay. No, like in Shloka 74, you have some, after the Sandhi, some of those phrases become very long, like Parapado, it's actually Parapado, Pada, Udyat, Indu. So, but, while I was
there is
saying
no
it,
difficulty. There is no difficulty in pronouncing Parapadodya Dindu Mayim. Parapadodya Dindu Mayim. What is the difficulty? Parapadodya Dindu Mayim. There's no need to Parapadodya Dindu Mayim. There's no need for that. That's what I said. Don't split unless required.
Okay.
You split if you want to understand the meaning. That is a different story. But while chanting, you don't split unless required. But certain places you have to split. I do recognize that. That is why I said follow the Guru. Yeah.
Follow the Guru meaning the actual version given here in
the one who is teaching you how to chant.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
In our case, we have the Mami here, na? Padma Mami is chanting.
Okay.
Can follow her.
Thank you, Mami.
Guruji, I have a...
Yeah.
One question, sir. On 93, you are explaining about Tripura Sundari, just a very small, minor one. The Varamudra and Abhaya Mudra. Can you just tell in which hand is which mudra comes?
Normally, Abhaya Mudra comes in the right hand and Varamudra comes in the left hand. That is the normal. It also applies here. Abhaya means don't fear. Vara is boon. Normally, the left hand shows the feet. If you worship my feet, you will get all the boons that you want. That is the left hand.
Thank you, sir.
Guruji, one question. In Sloka 86, there is the word sa bidhem ba. So,
what is that?
Sloka 86, second line. The second word, sa bidhem ba. What is the meaning of that?
Sabidhe amba. Sabidhe means close to you. Sabidhe means in the area nearby you. Sabidhe amba. Sabidhe amba.
Okay. And Guruji, it is a description of which Devi, this Sloka 86?
86.
Yeah.
Let me be sure.
Mantrini, sir.
Mantrini, yeah.
Okay.
Mantrini, yeah. 86 is Mantrini.
And Guruji, and then Sloka after the 87, Krita Bahu Sarga. So that Sarga, what does that mean? That
Sarga means creation.
Creation. Okay.
Sarga means creation.
Many wants to chant 76 sloka for us.
Huh? Yeah.
In the 87 slokala, 87th Pranada Janata Bavarga Krita Rana Sargan irke.
That is another version, Pata Bheda. Krita Rana Sarga is another one. I am using Krita Bahu Sarga. Krita Rana Sarga is also there. That means in the battle, she has fought a lot of battles. Krita Rana Sarga.
Oh.
There, Sarga does not mean creation. There it means a number of battles. Rana Sarga.
Okay. Thank you. But எதுவும் யூஸ் பண்ணலாம் இல்லையா? லைக் ரணசர்கா இதெல்லாம் பகுசர்கா.
பண்ணலாம்.
Any other questions?
Namaste Guruji. In 91
74 one time சொல்லட்டுமா மாமா?
74.
one time சொல்லட்டுமா அவளுக்கு கொஞ்சம்?
நீங்க சொல்லுங்க.
வேதமயீம் நாதமயீம் பிந்துமயீம் பரபதோத்யதிந்துமயீம் மந்திரமயீம் தந்திரமயீம் பிரகிருதிமயீம் நௌமி விஸ்வவிக்ருதிமயீம்.
So here there was no split at all. She has chanted without splitting any word at all. That's how it should be done.
Yeah, Guruji, in 91 sloka, when we are talking about the appearance of Amma, here Bala means I did got it that it's a Swayambara Kalyani. That means and also
Swayambara Kalyani is a young girl, no? That's why she is Bala.
Yeah, but is it Bala Tripura Sundari? You are saying Bala means, does it mean that Bala Tripura Sundari?
No, not Bala Tripura Sundari. Bala Tripura Sundari has got a different connotation.
Oh, so it is purely Kanyakumari, the Parvati.
Yes, Kanyakumari, yes, correct.
Parvati. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, or we can end the session? Thank you so much, Guruji. Thank you, Mami.
Yeah, thank you.
Namaskaram.
Thank you, Namaskaram.
Namaskaram. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you so much.
Mami, thank you.